Welcome to the Take It Home podcast, the podcast so bad we really just need to take it home. I am one of your hosts, Doc Simmons. You can find me on all social media at Doc Simmons17, and you can find me wherever waffles are being served. I'll go ahead and give the hot tag to my partner. Go ahead and introduce yourself, brother.
Yep. Zach Hendricks. You can find me at all social media brands at Z Hendricks Brand. Or if you like me and Doc together, look us up at Country Air Official on Facebook and Twitter, and Country Air Brand on Twitter. Country Air Official's Instagram. My bad. But you know what?
That's why I have you do it, because I always forget anyway.
Sometimes my brain just gets all rioty with all this stuff. But speaking of riots, let's pass it on to the one-man riot squad.
What a transition. I am the one-man riot squad, Gunner Wicks. You can find me on all the social medias at Gunner Wicks.
And last but not least, our senior official. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, everybody. I'm Perch. You can find me at Perch XLV, # for the Ref Brand, and Waffles Take It Home podcast.
Yes, sir. Waffles all around.
Lots of waffles.
I actually betrayed the podcast and had pancakes this weekend, but they were very good.
Ooh, some pancakes. You know, I hit the Cracker Barrel this week, and I was looking for waffles on the menu and couldn't find them. So I opted for chicken instead. It was good. They never disappoint.
Severe lack.
Maybe I wasn't looking hard enough.
Yeah, who knows? These breakfast places nowadays don't know what a good waffle is. But let's get off finding good waffles and let's get into some good music. Let's just keep it going with the transitions. Perch, let us know the banger of the week.
Oh man, banger of the week this week, none other than favorite band of all time, The Killers. They are the best, and this song is one that may come as a hidden surprise for a lot of people, but definitely worth giving a listen to. With the windows open on a nice drive, Joyride is the name of the song, and it's a great feeling tune. Good Vegas atmosphere, Vegas vibe to it. Palm trees in the background kind of feel. Great song, especially for summertime coming up and some big time shows on the horizon.
Very good. Yeah, can't go wrong with The Killers. Aren't they still like #1 in the UK?
Yeah, they've never went down in the UK since they've started.
Like, what a run.
Topping charts and #1 in the UK and #1 in my heart for 15
And that's
years.
what's really important.
For 15 years. Yeah, love it. But yeah, definitely going back to the fave and Joyride, The Killers, banger of the week.
Awesome. All right, let's just go ahead and move right along. Keep it popping. Let's talk about what we've been watching this past week. Let's start with Gunner, always an interesting choice, our biography expert.
Yeah, yes. This last week, I actually watched some stuff. I did see Backlash. Did you guys watch Backlash? Will we get into that later?
Yeah, we'll probably get into that last.
Okay, then I'll leave that alone for now. Otherwise, I've been watching Monday Night Raw starting from the beginning of 1997. I watched the first few that led into that year's Royal Rumble where Shawn Michaels defeated Sid Vicious, and then I've watched a couple after that so far. So the goal is to kind of go through the whole Attitude Era. Ooh. And I have like memories of it from my childhood, but when I was a kid, I wasn't really allowed to watch wrestling, so I only like got small parts of it when I snuck in and watched it with my brothers. But now we can go through the whole thing, watch everything, and pretty excited about it.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. I've been getting ready to probably do the Summer of Punk myself because I know I missed that. So nice.
That I did get to see all of, and that's good times. Nostalgic already, and it seems like it just happened.
All right. Anything else for you? I mean,
no.
1997 Raws, those are 2 hours, so I imagine not much more could be.
Yep. I'm getting a kick out of Steve Austin. You could tell the crowd's getting behind him, but they're still kind of running him as heel. and that's interesting. Sid Vicious, I never really watched a Sid Vicious match until that Royal Rumble. That's decent. This big ripped dude. I wish I was that ripped one day.
We all aim to be Sid Vicious.
Yes, high goals.
All right. Let's go on to Zach. What have you been watching?
It's funny that we all said you said we all aim to be Sid Vicious, and you said high goals because I watched that Rob Van Dam documentary, and one of the best lines in the documentary was they show Rob Van Dam doing some stand-up stand-up comedy, not comedian, and he said, "My dad told me when I was younger to always aim high, always I have goals and aim high. Now I do everything high."
You're
And then
not wrong.
him giving Vince McMahon some rolling papers was a good one as well.
Oh, dude, I gotta see that.
Yeah. And shout out to Frontline Pro. They got a small cameo in the documentary, so it was cool to see a Frontline Pro logo ring in a WWE documentary. So that was really cool. Shout out to those guys out there.
And they made it to the credits, even.
Yes, sir. But I watched that. I watched Backlash as well. And mostly, I guess, old films of like old tag matches of us back when we started and like my old wrestling just to figure out what I need to keep doing.
Yep. Got a tape study. Let's go with Perch. What have you been watching?
Yeah, this was a good week in wrestling. Been shedding my tears for SCU, losing to the Young Bucks in miraculous fashion, in bloody fashion. That best moonsault ever that Christopher Daniels hit towards the end of that match was one of the best moves I've ever seen. Because the heart, the sweat, the blood, everything he put into that was awesome. And he went up and couldn't hit it the first time. Went up a second time and just nailed it. Kazarian and Daniels are two great wrestlers who I've learned a lot from watching, especially since getting inside the business. So whether they tag together again or just have singles careers, I hope to see a lot more of them, and we'll always love them and remember them as a great tag team. And the NXT was pretty good. Speaking of tag teams, that MSK against Tyler Breeze and Fandango match was good. With Ref Daryl hitting that mid-ring drop down.
Yep, we're gonna talk about that over the summer, Perch.
Yeah, little drop down mid-ring action, and he was hyped.
Yeah.
That was great. Yeah, MSK, the Rascals, they've been known to use the referees in moments of matches because they know the reaction that it'll get at the right time. So seeing that pulled off on a big scale on NXT was pretty damn cool. I really enjoyed that. I would say one of the biggest things that I saw this weekend came last night, and it blew my mind. And it was Drew McIntyre hitting a Michinoku driver on Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman was upside down. Like, they set the pace early with that double suplex when it took Bobby and Drew to lift up Braun. And they did. They stalled him up there, and it made you realize, holy smokes, Braun is upside down. And then towards the end, McIntyre hits a Michinoku driver on Braun Strowman. That got me out of my seat. That was awesome. And then Braun repays the favor and one-ups him by catching Drew McIntyre mid-air, mid-flight for a power bomb. We know how tough it is to do a power bomb. We've done it. We've taken it. We've given it. My God, is it tough. And not only did he caught a flying Drew McIntyre and hoisted him up for a power bomb and just delivered him through that table. I don't think there was any question that table was going to explode. And it did. And to see McAfee's reaction a few minutes later when he had to call the next match He sold the fact that the table was just annihilated.
Yeah.
It was good. Good wrestling this week. I really enjoyed it.
Okay. Awesome. Myself, I caught up on AEW because I hadn't seen the Blood and Guts match. I mean, everybody's voiced their opinions on the fall. It is what it is. It's not the wrestler's fault. Trial and error. I'm sure the next one will be much better. Loved the Yuji Nagata Moxley match for the U.S. title. Happy to see good old Blue Justice back here in America since, pretty sure the last time he was here was WCW was still around.
Saw him in Chicago for War of the Worlds. Was that a couple years ago?
Okay. Yeah.
Mother's Day. I remember it was such a treat sitting there after putting in a full day of work and taking it in, saying, "Holy smokes, that's Yuji Nagata."
Yep.
Got that feeling this week too.
And it was, he posted a bunch of pictures of him hanging around with Shinsuke and Sonny Ono and people. So that good to see him back. Looked like he had some fun. It was a great match. Freaking Miro and Darby, that was a banger. Happy to see Miro come away with the belt. Though Darby has been a great champion, and it's really been one of the good success stories of AEW creating new stars. Caught up on the U.S. New Japan or the U.S. Cup for New Japan Pro Wrestling USA. To see the homie Lawler go ahead and win the Never Open title, or it's just the open weight title, I think. There. Let's see, is he coming in? No, but he's probably coming in at the best time. And the other thing I watched was Backlash. You're gonna have to turn on your video and audio because I don't think I set it to be automatic.
We have an unexpected guest.
We do have an unexpected guest. Maybe. He's going to speak.
Yo, it's been so long. I can't figure out how to do it.
That's what she said.
Hey.
We got Belafonte in the house.
We have.
Yo.
Holy smokes.
A surprise guest in Baxter Belafonte.
What's good? Yo, I got to change my settings on my camera, it says, to get video.
Yeah, I didn't set it for automatic. I forgot.
All right, I'm going to go fix that. You all keep talking about what you talk about.
All right. And yeah, I guess we can just you can jump in when you want, but we're gonna go ahead and let's move on to talk about Backlash.
Well, before we do that, you watched the New Japan USA. I seen that AJZ got hit a shot on there. He debuted.
Oh, I have not caught up to that episode yet. I think that was this past weekend.
I just saw a graphic shared of him, and I was like, wait, AJZ,
yep,
being who does GLCW and all that, good to see him doing New Japan.
Yep, I know he's been doing GLCW, OVW. He started to make a name down there, and yeah, it's on New Japan this past week. It was tight. But let's go ahead and get into the big show of the weekend, Backlash. It's funny, Perch, you're talking about the Lashley McIntyre Braun Strowman match. That's the only match I didn't watch because I was cooking at the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'll have to go back and watch that. But
I tuned in right during a Zompocalypse and was like, whoa, this is wild. I'm in. I just saw the end, and then I watched from there on. So I caught the three main events, I think.
Yeah. So yeah, I did. Zombies. We'll certainly touch on that more later, but yeah, Zombie Battle Royal. Zombies know the rules of wrestling.
I don't even want to think about it.
I heard big talk of it today. But yeah, by me tuning in, I just saw the finish of the match, and then all of a sudden the Miz got, tramped on by zombies, and I'm like, all right, well, that's a wild way to finish a match.
Yeah.
And then I hear today that people have big up in arms, and well,
I'm-
yeah.
I'm not up
Yes.
in arms about it. It's my the thing I always say with WWE. Anytime they do anything like this, the problem is they don't lean into it enough. Like
Sure.
it was kind of out of nowhere. So that's what I always say the problem is.
Yeah, that was the thought. Was it came out of nowhere? These
Yeah.
guys are in the midst of a big feud.
So that was that.
Would you rather have had it been like built up and known there were zombies coming?
Yes, I would have rather have known that zombies were a possibility of showing up
Okay.
than just expecting, a good match between good wrestlers. Because that's the thing, I don't remember the match at all. I watched it. I remember, the only thing I remember is when Damian Priest punches the big zombie no sells it. So he does like the detonation kick off the stairs, but the zombie is still in a zombie, so it turns real slow. So he has to balance for an absurd amount of time. And I thought that was impressive.
I was on Facebook. Someone commented, "Why aren't they going after the ref?" And then I seen a Bruiser comment, "Because he's in stripes, you idiot."
Yeah.
If the zombies get it, you don't mess with the refs.
Yeah. Oh,
Would now be a good time to say that I haven't watched Backlash yet?
Oh, go ahead.
I don't care though. I saw spoilers and pictures of the whole zombie thing, so I was looking forward to seeing what y'all had to think about it, because I'll watch it probably tonight, but that looked freaking weird.
Nope. Yep. It was weird. Morrison just goes to. He's just like talking with Miz and like, "Hey, I'm gonna go check on the lumberjacks. Rub their back so they leave you alone." Goes into the locker room. It's a bunch of zombies.
Oh, of course it is.
That's
Cheers.
funny.
So, I mean, hey, I get movie tie-ins, but you knew this movie was coming out a while ago. There could have been a better build to this.
Can't wait now.
A commercial for it the night before. They just did a UFC guy kind of boxing some zombies. It was like, whoa, is this UFC movie coming out? No, just their way of plugging this new zombie movie.
Yep.
And then wrestling does a good old fashioned wrestling does a zombie lumberjack match. Gotta love it. Got some more people some work that night on a pay-per-view.
I mean, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's like that's the thing. What's a zombie payday like?
And what
arm and a
indie
leg.
guys were they that we might know?
Who knows? Right, that is the interesting thing now, is that we know these guys. So somebody, if we know you, you don't have to post it publicly, but message one of us and let us know.
Maybe it's some of the OVW guys that we know. Get your 15 seconds of fame.
Yep.
It was a good pay-per-view though for the second half that I caught. The girls match was pretty good. Bailey is definitely a different kind of a character. Just kind of maybe coming into her own as that bad guy character. I don't know.
Yep,
I don't know how to take it.
Good Karen.
Yeah, she does it well, and Bianca's a good opponent. She's a good, set the bar. So you got to beat her to take the championship.
Yep. The whole show was good. That girls match was good. The triple threat match at the beginning with the girls was also really good. Really enjoyed the finish of how they got into there. Asuka kind of like falling into the riptide was dope. Rey Mysterio, Dominic, first father-son tag team champions.
Oh, I did not see that one. That's cool.
Yep, that was cool. Probably was a good story that they told throughout the whole show, with Dominic getting jumped on the pre-show. So Ray challenges for the titles 1-on-2. Dominic comes out late, you think he's going to get the hype, moment, and no, he gets shut down. But then they get Ray back in, hit some double teams, and come up with the win. So it was good.
Did anyone have any doubts that they were not winning though?
Yep, I didn't think they were winning.
I knew they were winning. Like when I watched the SmackDown recap, and like when you watched their match, they kept putting over. There's never been a father-son tag team. This could be history in the making. I was like, it just was way too emphasized.
Okay, maybe in that case, I benefit from not watching Raw and SmackDown weekly.
That was like my only thing is just, I mean, it was a cool moment just putting it over like that way too much. I get like you want to put it on our head, but if you have them going over, just have them go over and be like, this is the first time in history father and son held the belts.
Yeah. Also think the moment definitely would have been better with a full crowd too. It would have probably been better, but good match. Like I said, good story throughout the show. Roman and Cesaro.
Banger.
Yep, that was another really good one. Nice story told in that one too throughout the match with Cesaro's arm.
Dude, Roman lately has been absolutely on fire with everything he does.
I've always enjoyed him in ring, and it's always just been a character issue.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I think last night, the story that they told throughout the show with him, Jimmy, and Jay was probably the most I've liked Roman from a character perspective.
I was shocked Jimmy didn't come out.
You wanted who to come out?
I was shocked that Jimmy didn't come out.
Oh, yeah. But I enjoy confident heels too. So
like their little turmoil, especially in the back where Roman is larger than life, and their crew that they've got, and they wait till the second before his music hits for Uso to say, "Yeah, we're gonna do it." What do you mean we? Yeah, there's still that level of turmoil no matter what. It's like it's never talked about. It's always like last minute, no, me or you, or it was great. I love that he did that to add that uneasiness to every time Roman is out there. There's that matter of if he'll do that to his family, what's he gonna do to the guy he's out there against?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, real good. Yeah, Jimmy putting into his head that we should be doing this. I really liked. Oh yeah, this is. I mean, I think it's hard to argue that this is the best Roman's been.
I loved him with Strowman in that era when they had the feud, and they'll come back to it eventually. But Roman is such a large character. When you see him live in person, I mean, he stands out above everybody else. That's a pro wrestler. That's like, bigger than a football player. He's huge in person. So to see what he's doing now, I can't wait to be there to see it in person and to see the aura that he has.
See, the thing with when it was him and Braun Strowman, I thought that would eventually lead to this. Like, I thought during that rivalry, like, we would have the beatdown of one of the Usos and him being like, I'm the man. I thought we would have had that then. Got it later than I thought, but I'm happy with it.
Yeah, I think they've done really well with all of that, especially Heyman with the facial expressions and the dead center of the ring. And it makes a good main event every time. I didn't even know that match was happening. So I thought the triple threat right before it was the main event. And then they're like, and the main event coming up. Oh, yeah, we got Roman yet? Yeah. I was thrilled. Yeah. And Cesaro's a good opponent. He's as credible as any wrestler in there.
Yep, he sold the fuck out of that arm. Yeah, I love the just the psychology on the sharpshooter spot when he locks it in and he can't get the one arm around it, so he has to like put it in weird and lean back and starts reaching for like a Cobra clutch or whatever, and it's fighting to the rope. So I no, yeah, Cesaro's great. It didn't start off as high energy as I think maybe a lot of people would have thought, but I think that ended up working out to its benefit. Very what's up?
My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. No, I think commentary put it over very well about, this is Roman Reigns has been in this many main events, this many title matches, and this is Cesaro's first. So I think that made it, in that sense, make sense why it was so slow to start off with Cesaro filling him out and filling out the situation. So I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I was gonna say like how we were talking about the story of the arm. When I watched it, seen him go outside the ring and like the first injury, like I thought that was like not planned, like how smooth he like did it. It was like, oh shit, did he really like messed up his arm? And then when you like hear the story, you're like, wow, like that was great. Just that small subtle thing, but it looked like a legit accident.
Yeah, that was perfect. Or if it was a legit accident and they just happened to go with, hey, the arm was the story anyway, lucky them. But I'm going to bet that those are just really two good wrestlers.
Do you think they're gonna wait to pull the trigger on Cesaro when there's a live crowd, or?
I think that would be smart.
Like, because I feel like when he wins, he'll have that Daniel Bryan reaction.
Yeah, he'll have a real good pop once he gets it. I mean, anybody else more thoughts on Backlash?
That triple threat was a banger. That Lashley, Strowman, McIntyre match. I can't wait to know that you're about to watch it, Trey, eventually. You got to watch it. Let me know what you think.
Yes, I will get to it.
That's a good one to have in the bank. Use that as the insurance when the week gets long.
But all right. Since we're done with that, why don't we move on and talk about what we did this past weekend? Let's start with our special surprise guest, Mr. Belafonte, who hasn't been here in a minute.
I did this
ravish us with stories of you drinking.
Oh yeah, forgot about that. I mean, I haven't done anything wrestling related unless you count working out.
Just what you been up to? It's been a minute since you've been here. Let us know.
Yeah, man. Just taking care of that baby. They need a lot of attention.
Sadly.
That and work, and then I just kind of come home and work out, and then I get to the liquids. They are delicious.
Nope. Yep. I did see you posted you're going on your fitness journey of trying to put on some weight.
I am, dude. I forgot how hard it is to just eat all the time and just protein. So yeah, I'm going through that, and also, man, TikTok. I must be just an old man because my editing skills are real bad. I watched that back. Also, I was drunk during that video.
That probably had more to do with it.
Probably. But I got a couple drafts even that I'm still messing with. But yeah, I'm just trying to watch wrestling when I can, even though I haven't watched since Mania probably. I watched a little bit of NXT last week because I forgot it was back on Tuesday, or it is on Tuesdays now. So that was kind of a cool surprise as I was flipping through. And have they gotten faster? Are they trying to like be AEW, or they looked really fast?
I'm sure there's at least some friendly competition. And I mean, if you've seen or heard the post about no leg slaps, I'm sure there's something going on.
Yes, indeed. But just something I noticed. It was still really good, and learned and watched the talent. But other than that, just chilling, boys. Trust me, I'm looking at all y'all stories and pictures from the shows. I'm I got that itch.
Good. Well,
are you gonna scratch it anytime soon?
That's what we're hoping to hear.
Oh, if I knew the answer to that, I couldn't reveal it.
Such a tease.
Yes.
Foreshadowing, fans. So that just means come to every Wisconsin wrestling show and you might see Baxter Belafonte.
Absolutely. You never know.
Yeah.
We'll go to a bar.
Or go to a bar. Sometimes there's a bar. There's a show at a bar, so I might be at both.
Yeah.
Much like y'all just did.
Yeah. And why don't we move on to somebody who was at said show? Let's go to Perch.
Nice transition.
Like that was good. This is a professional podcast.
Good transition and a good
well done
on Friday. That was damn good time in Watertown for Brew City Wrestling at the Bar. That was a great time. Wonderful venue. I really like that place. And a cool place, cool downtown in Watertown, old school feel to it. Kind of middle of nowhere. I really liked it. Ended up getting a couple of matches through the night. Had the tag team match with Doc and Zach, and ended up having a match with Raven and Sierra, which was pretty fun. Yeah, good all the way around. Mav and Ethan were your guys' opponents in that match, and they got some White Claw in the ring, and I wasn't too happy about that. But Mav climbed up to the top rope and bonked his head on one of the beams.
It was probably the same beam I almost hit myself.
And then
Oh no!
It made it all worth it for me.
Yeah.
That was wonderful. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Thoroughly enjoyed it. We had a good time. Good time afterwards too. They had a big arcade there, so I got to throw down on some Kiss pinball. Best thing about Kiss pinball, much like Iron Maiden pinball, you can put a buck in and play music all night long, and they've got tons of songs. So you put a buck in that one, and you play all the games next to it, and you're jamming out to Kiss all night. I think they were hitting some club music in the bar, but I was rocking out
here
to
with the
some
real life
Detroit Rock City.
Love Gun.
Love Gun. I'm hitting some Kiss pinball, and yeah, I had a good time. Some Mortal Kombat in there as well, so I had a blast that night. If there's going to be an after bar, get me plenty of water and plenty of quarters, because the arcade is where I'll be at.
No, yeah, it's a very nice venue, very sweet venue, like old school strip mall kind of setup, but a bar.
I think it was a train station back in the day, back when the 310 was on time. The train
310
station.
to Yuma? I've heard of such things.
There's a 310.
Perch.
It's late. You don't figure.
Perch, is there a story behind like the spilled White Claw in the ring?
Yeah, that comes as being a ref. That ring is my ship, as it is much everybody. Yeah, wrestlers may have 5, 10, 15, 20-minute matches any given night. On my case, it's 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 minutes, 70 minutes, even more inside that ring. So just from a working standpoint, I would much prefer no spills in the ring, but that's just my preference because I've got to be in there a lot. and I've got the old Docker stain defenders on, but it's just a personal preference that that, you know, if there's a beer bash that's going on, that's one thing, but
just saying, Dockers, if you want to give a nice young up and coming referee a sponsorship, this would be the time to get in. Buy low.
And I will tell you, between the matches I've been in, Mav and Ethan, someone always spills, and I swear it's an accident.
Yep, was just gonna say it, and it seems to be that one always spills, or gets close to spilling. Yeah, and again, yeah, for the 5-10 minutes, it may be a nuisance, but for the for the entirety of the show.
Sorry, dog.
Hey, that's the business we do. It's the business we love.
That's also why I had to stop using glitter in my matches.
Because yep, I remember that period of
every
time.
Wrestler would have glitter on them the rest of the night.
Oh, that was the best. You would blast that glitter over the whole ring, and everybody for like weeks would have the glitter.
Yep, there's no getting that off Matt easily.
Yeah,
oh, that's right. Still have, and then he switched to the big flakes, and those would still they were just more noticeable.
Gunnar, didn't you have one on you like 2 weeks later, or you found one or something?
Yep. Yeah. So, once you got them, they never left. They were around forever.
Oh,
To
I
this
missed
day, sometimes I find glitter in my gear bag.
That's me trying to stay relevant in people's minds.
Oh, that was great.
Yes. No, yeah, no, I do miss that. That was good times. It's good times. Anything else you want to talk about from this weekend, Perch?
Oh man, it was a blast. Good to see the homies. Good to have a show like that to recollect and understand where we all come from. And there's no telling what the future will hold for every one of us. But for this time, this moment, right here and now, we're giving it everything we got, and to share it and to do it with each other. It's a powerful night to have, and I loved it. Loved every minute of it.
Good. I'll go next. I will talk about Saturday first, which was One Fall Entertainment at the Gravel Pit up in Kiel. Great crowd that night. It was me, the Gahoot, Doc Simmons, versus the Unholy One, Sean Priest, in a first ever one-on-one matchup. Think it went very good. It was as hard hitting as you would expect from both of us. I was able yep, definitely sore, but hey, that's why we do this, I guess. But no, it is a great time. Love the gravel pit now because they have that tarp to cover up the sand that was there. So big fan of that. Big fan. Because only thing probably worse than glitter is sand in your gear bag. 'Cause that definitely never gets out.
So true. That's the worst.
Yeah. So I was very happy that they did something about that. But it was a really good time. Love the guys there. Love Eric, who runs it. Shout out to him. Everybody put on, really good matches, and crowd seemed to like it. Friday, I too was at the bar in Watertown. Me and your favorite outlaw, Zach Hendricks, up against those luxurious ones. Venue was really sweet, but the setup for the ring with the beams and the lights were a bit difficult. I know you said Mav hit his head. I definitely when we Country Air comes up with the win, but as we're going for Air Buddies, and I'm looking in front of me, I see said beam and realize that I need to jump under it.
I saw that adjustment.
Yeah, to get to Mav.
I was keenly looking at. I couldn't warn you, to watch out for that beam because you got up there quick.
Yeah, and definitely realized that I needed to jump under somehow. So figured that out. Air Buddies for the win. It was great to see so many of BCW and ICW fans, Tommaso, Lords, and everybody that came out. We really appreciate it. What did you think of the weekend, Zach?
Yeah, Friday we did our thing. We got to meet up luxurious ones, our favorite thing to do.
So you guys have very punchable faces.
Yeah, and they're down in numbers right now. I mean, at one point they were running the crew. Right now,
Yeah.
tell you what, they're down in numbers.
Right.
Those who wrong, those who've been wronged by them are going up here in the present times. They could use a force.
It's like watching the fall of Rome.
Well, you're building us up now.
Got to.
Something we don't need for our egos.
Always put over your opponent.
Yes. Sorry, Zach. Go ahead.
Fine. Like Doc said, we worked Mav and Ethan. I think he was cool. Everything was cool. Did soak the beams down, but that's why Doc goes to the top rope and not my fat ass. Then Saturday, I was also at One Fall Entertainment, and once again, I got to work Ethan, so I got double the pleasure of punching Ethan in the face. Some people
very satisfying weekend.
some people call my win controversial with Val Malone helping me out, but it's always sometimes nice to give Mav and Ethan a taste of their own medicine and use Val in a good way.
Yeah.
Did you just say you used Val in a good way?
Yep.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah. Also, and to the fans on the hard cam side, you're welcome for me showing off Ethan's booty in his lime green thong. I heard a lot of people saying like they saw all lime green thong. So you're welcome. Free of
All
charge.
right. Lots of family fun for everybody. Okay. And then let's move on to that main event player, the one-man Riot Squad.
Yeah,
It's your weekend.
It's pretty good, pretty solid weekend. So yeah, Friday we had the battle at the bar. Main event against JP. Ended up giving him a big old spear at the end. He's gonna get the victory, and Mav and Ethan came out, broke up the pin, which started a classic BCW battle royal.
Yes.
Everybody froze.
Yes.
Everyone rushed the ring. Then the battle royal ensued. Towards the end, I think it was me and Fletch Malone in there. I was working on getting him over the ropes. JP, I don't know where he was the entire time, but he slides into the ring, tosses us both over. Fletch hits the floor. I pull a Shawn Michaels. Only one of my boots touched the floor. JP
Just
celebrate.
one.
Just one. Perch was
Just
there to
one.
call
I saw
it. He saw.
Clear as day. The vision was on, and I was right by it. Only one boot he was in.
Yep, and you could always trust refs to see everything.
In that particular moment, yes, you can. So got back in the ring. JP was celebrating, thought he won. Little did he know I was right behind him to toss his ass out, and I ended up picking up the victory. So overall, it's a fun night, fun after bar. Had some good drinks, some good food, hanging out with some good people. Saturday, went to a Brewer game, no wrestling. Brewer game sucked. They lost pretty bad. It wasn't really entertaining, but did have a fun time tailgating and drinking. Then Sunday, went down to Illinois for LLT. I worked the opening match against someone who I cannot think of the name of. I'm super bad with names, can't think of my own half the time. But Perch, you were missed. I missed you so much.
Oh, I missed it too.
The ref we had, I could have won that match at least 5 times before the final pin happened. I'd do a move, I'd cover the guy. It would take at minimum 5 seconds for him to bend over and start the 3 count. And
Was he a Rudo?
What's that?
Was he a Rudo? No, there's Rudos, there's Technicos.
It's like, I doubt Gutter. Is that like your first or second time at LLT? I doubt Gutter understands it that much yet.
Yeah, no, I don't. Very first time.
Rudo would be heel.
Oh yeah.
Was it a heel ref?
He was heel to me.
And plus, there's one that actually wears one that says RUDO on his chest.
Okay, yeah.
Just living the gimmick, not even hiding. Right.
Yeah. He's good at what he does.
Yeah, I was not a fan. I let him have it every time I went for a pin, and he was super slow to the count. I let him know.
Oh, that's great.
I let him know. I let the fans know I was very displeased. But ended up taking the loss on that one.
Could have got down fast for that cover.
Yeah, he sure did. Sure did. But overall, had a pretty good time there. Should be back next month. And yeah, it's nice to wrestle. This might have been the first time I've wrestled twice for 2 different promotions in a weekend in quite some time. So I think slowly the world is getting back to normal, and it feels good to travel around and do that again.
Yeah.
Oh, you could say that again. That's awesome. That's a good feeling.
But let's talk about if it wasn't so safe to travel around and there was a zombie apocalypse.
Adam.
Inspired by the events of last night, I asked the crew, pick 3 wrestlers that you would have in your zombie apocalypse survival crew. Let's go with Zach first.
All right. I think I'm gonna piss Gunner off because I'm gonna probably steal one of his choices.
Son of a
I'm gonna
bitch.
go with obviously the greatest dead man of them all, the Undertaker.
You have
Because
to.
you have to. Like if there's a zombie apocalypse and he is the dead man, like there's no greater protection than with the Undertaker. Number 2 would be Bray Wyatt for another obvious reasons. Like another man who I think would be able to keep me safe because I'm suck and I'm slow and I'm fat. So just horrible all around. I need people to protect me. And last but not least, go with Papa Shango. Probably said that wrong, but for another obvious reason, I'm just going with guys who can manipulate the zombies. Not here to kill them.
Not a bad strategy. I'm gonna just keep moving down the line. Baxter.
All right. I didn't understand the question at first, but I just wrote down my 3 choices as he was saying it. Obviously, easy choice. Top 3. Spike Dudley, Hurricane, Gilbert. Boom! Because I think I can outrun all 3 of those guys.
That's also a very smart strategy.
So then I can be elsewhere and they can be eaten. I mean, respect obviously to them, but I don't know. I picked them.
Good scavenge, I bet.
That's a smart decision. Hey, however you choose to survive, there's no there's no hard rules on that part of this question.
That's what I went with.
I'm just happy Baxter did the homework quicker than Gunner did.
Wrote them down.
I'm sure Gunner.
Look at that.
Gunner responded this time, so I'm sure Gunner did it, and he's next. So Gunner.
Yes, I did. So yep, we're gonna take the Undertaker for obvious reasons. He can blend right in with them and go undercover if needed. Plus, he should have a badass motorcycle for all of us to drive around and get out of trouble if needed. Then we're gonna go with Rikishi because you need a slow one in the group that can kind of be